Hello and welcome to the Simulation Soccer League. I almost forgot how to say that because it's been a while, but we do have our first new commentator here. It's TVC.
Hi! I'm really excited to start Season 3 here, and we've got Week 1 action ahead of us.
Yep, we've got 5 games this time, which means it's going to be a whole lot longer. And first game up is Hollywood against... Not familiar with this team.
That is Buenos Aires. That is one of our expansion teams headed into S3.
Is that supposed to be Club Atlético Buenos Aires?
I think so, yes.
Interesting. I hope that they get a nickname soon to make it easier.
Hollywood, the reigning champions of our league here. They are also the reigning champions of the League Cup. However, they did lose in the preseason Shield match.
Yeah, that's the big question that I was going to ask, which is, do you think that they're the same team? Because they were absolutely dominant last season.
I think that Hollywood might actually be better than they were last season, which is, as a manager, a little disappointing. But having seen how much they lost to maintain most of their team through the expansion, it was a hefty price. We'll see how they compensate through the years as their team gets older.
That's not a fun thing to think about with them dominating, as we got Taka running in already.
That goes over the bar. It doesn't matter, the kick goes way over. I believe Taka's playing as their striker. He played their 16 matches last year, scored 10 goals.
Governo puts in a cross. That's cleared away, but Bjorka still has it. They're moving it around, trying to find some way in, and that was a weird moment. It just bounced off of somebody. Could have been a start of something, but instead they're still keeping it. And you usually don't see this sort of high amount of possession for the opposing team against Hollywood.
I agree. Hollywood is very much known for keeping possession as Taka drives up the wing here.
Ricky Bobby, but he's not good with his feet. As we see that right there, Sobota gets an easy save.
Still
made it look harder than it was.
Hollywood's first shot on net. 20 minutes into the game, rather surprising turn of events for Buenos Aires here, as they hold on pretty well.
I mean, obviously you lied to me that that Hollywood got better.
On paper, they certainly got better. Buenos Aires playing in a midfield diamond of sorts with two strikers up top. Neither team able to find the score sheet as we head into halftime here. Buenos Aires outpossessing Hollywood 53-47.
And there's not really much to say. That was a very quick half. And yeah. Moving on.
I think CABA are going to be happy with that result. A draw here for them will be an unexpected win, I would say.
Hollywood looking to move the ball forward again. Well, I guess not. They're really sticking to that left side around Valor. Oh, right side. My brain got confused.
Hollywood keeping the ball well here, not able to find too much space as Buenos Aires holds the field well.
Well, I think the big issue is that it doesn't look like anybody wants to move.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of movement off the ball at the moment for Hollywood, which has got to be concerning. Taka does break through right now. Gets around Sobota, and it's in. The first goal of the season goes to Hollywood as Tiki Taka gets around Sobota. That quick break, finding the hole in the defense.
And this is what that low-tempo Tiki Taka is so good at doing, exposing holes within the line. I didn't quite catch who made that pass there. We'll have to go back and see the score sheet after. But it was a beautiful through ball to Santakan on. Buenos Aires driving back now. Here we go.
A shot from Governo. It doesn't look like Buenos Aires is exactly trying to do anything. It looks like, from what we've seen so far of this game, it does look like two teams that don't quite know what way to attack each other yet.
I think
a big blast, though.
We'll take those. We'll take those all day. Pop-Tart with a massive shot. And that ties the game up for Buenos Aires and Hollywood.
They're finally figuring out.
Go ahead.
They're finally figuring out what they want to do, which is if they are not able to make their way into the box, then just take the shot at that point. That was what we were seeing in the first half with them just moving around the box and not finding what they wanted. Just take the shot at that point.
Now ball back to Buenos Aires. Now, are we through?
Shot from Governo
is offside. Pop-Tart coming over to Buenos Aires from CF Catalunya last season, where he played 16 games for them, 1 goal and 1 assist. Already good for his season best.
Free kick. Governo cleans it up.
And Antonio Governo, but
off. It was just on the line, and we're not going to get a replay because I don't know.
For a moment there, Buenos Aires thought it might be possible, and it still might be possible. They may take points from this game as the clock runs down, and indeed, Buenos Aires will take the draw here. Hollywood FC have to be disappointed with that. Season champions off to a bit of a rocky start, if I must say.
They definitely looked a whole lot lackluster compared to what they've been playing the past couple of years. And as always, our favorite gotcha, which is, what game is next? It's hard to really give any extra analysis, as this is the first game of the season. And we're waiting to see who plays against who at this point.
Well, I must say, well played to Buenos Aires. That was a fantastic game plan their manager drew
up next is Inter London against Seoul Mythic. The Mythic used to be Rio, which had good branding, and now they're Seoul. And you know what? I'm on this team, and I don't even know what's going on.
I don't mind it. I think it looks great. Thunder did a really great job with the branding art, and Cole's doing a great job building that team. Obviously, Inter London is my team. So it is going to be an interesting match. I don't know what happens here.
Oh, it's a whole lot of passing in the back right now. I think that's what we're seeing a lot in the early goings of this season right now, which is just too much passing, honestly. Not enough movement. Really, not really, there was a pass available to hit Bond moving forward, but nothing. That's going to be incredibly frustrating to watch.
Now, Seoul here playing a bit of an interesting formation. They've got 3 at the back and a defensive midfielder. 1 in the central and 1 in an attacking midfield position as Liankai drives up the field. He finds Clements
on the right. And that's going to be a goal.
That's K. Clements with another goal to add to his impressive score sheet already. The London midfielder having scored 11 of those last season.
And, I saw that replays were turned on, and we're just not getting replays.
Maybe the soccer gods have deemed our replays not good enough, as Aspi drives past one, finds Clement. Here we go now. Clement's down the field with a long shot. Almost makes it in, as Kong makes a brilliant diving save. Free kick outside the box now.
It's going to be a goal for London here as Pilaqueta.
That's
with a
it
header
home.
on the far post.
Far post on the free kick outside the box. We've seen a lot of these in FM this year. The marking is just not there for Seoul today, unfortunately. Play restarted now as ball intercepted by Seoul. Driving down the field is Mayoi. And Seoul turning the ball over here. Kai shoots it up the field and is cleared by Cod, Blue Cod. Recently retired Blue Cod. Leon Kai with the ball now. Clements out wide. Clements drives into the midfield. Ball all the way back to McGurk. Onto the left for Time. Time holding the ball now. And Time holding that ball on the left. London really favoring those wide angles. As the ball is unfortunately
sends it in.
Sends it into his own net. George Costanza and Seoul have a mountain to climb. 3-0 before the 30-minute mark.
And that cross was going to like whoever, and Costanza just got right down on it. Lane Kwai sends it forward, and it's stopped by Cod. Maltese sends Mayoi forward, and this might be the first goal for Seoul, and yes, it is.
And Seoul have their answer now as they find a goal. They're back into the game, 3-1.
Splitting between Escortia and once again, there's no replay.
Mayoi had 8 goals last season. That will be their 9th in 2 years.
As a header off of a free kick is sent over the bar. We go into halftime. London is leading 3-1 over Seoul, and Seoul doesn't really look like, if you look at the numbers there, Seoul doesn't look like the worst team.
Seoul is definitely holding their fair share of possession in this game, but London making the most of their chances.
Definitely, that XG is scary for Seoul to see only 0.8 XG for Inter London, but they got 3 goals on that one.
Inter London relying on a Seoul striker formation this season, having moved their captain up the field. Aspilicueta having scored his first goal as a striker this afternoon.
Oh, so he's a striker now.
Indeed, he made the transition during the preseason.
And Mayoi is now the sole striker. And you know what? We're already to the 80-something minute. Nothing has happened. Wow. Seoul has gone up from 0.47 to 0.93 XG, but nothing is happening on the pitch here. Except for, I guess, right now.
It's been a bit of a dry game for both teams.
Mayoi moves back and gets that header.
And suddenly there is life amongst the Seoul supporters. Maybe there is a way back into this game for them.
A bit of a struggle trying to get the ball out, but nope, that's going to end it. London wins 3-2 over Seoul.
Though I may mention barely holding on until that last 91st minute.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting to look at the numbers here and see barely any difference between the two teams.
London definitely had issues holding on to the ball there, but fortunately Seoul not able to make the most of their chances this evening, as London will take the win and the 3 points on the evening.
And once again, we have no clue what's coming next, so let's find out.
I hope we get Athena and Tokyo, but no, we will get Cairo and Catalunya instead.
And Cairo was an interesting team last season where they didn't do well against teams in like their own area, but suddenly like late in the season and also against good teams, they were winning. And then Catalunya definitely late into last season did well. As the game kicks off,
RFC have Franco Torres up top, though rumors may have it may not be that way long.
It's going to be interesting to see sort of trades in this league, especially with, established players like Torres apparently on the block. McPossum puts it in, and that's a goal. Who got it? That was Juliusson.
But it may
That's
not
going to be
stand.
called off. Just barely offside.
Inches too early, and that'll be called off for Catalunya.
And the big thing that Catalunya tries to do is tear them up. And they actually do have a bit of movement off the ball. You see Vince up there looking to try to get something over the top, but not going to get it. Okamoto gives the ball away. And that's not going to be helpful.
Worth noting that Juliusson is their center back. Would have been their second goal in 2 years.
Okamoto gets a quick takeaway, goes up to the right flank. Looking to find somebody to put across, and Vince does. And Jeeves just sort of boots it out for a corner. Not sure about that decision making, but...
Decision making typically isn't very high at this point. I think the league average is around 9.
And they're going to cycle the ball back out, and nothing much else will happen from that. Busquets gets an errant pass there. And there could have been a quick breakaway, but they're going to let it wait a bit. Järvinen sends it to the far post. Okamoto is there. And that's a goal for Shion Okamoto. Will we get replay this time? Yes, we do. What do you think about that one?
That was Okamoto's fifth goal in 2 seasons. Scored 4 last season, playing as a wide midfielder for Catalunya. We'll see if he starts all the games this season. He played 12 last year.
Järvinen cuts into the box, sends it back to Busquets. They're sitting on that left flank there. Busquets trying to put it into somebody, but that's going to be kicked out for a corner. Well, that one's not going to work out very well, but ooh, you don't see that usually. Cairo does get on the ball and tries to start their own attack there. We're only in the 18th minute compared to the last couple of games. This is not flying by. Okamoto with the shot that goes over the bar.
Really a great opportunity there for him.
Sinclair with the takeaway. Pushes it forward. Papadopoulos to Clark, and that is a goal.
That is Jackson Clark, Catalonia's wide midfielder. Had 1 goal last season, now equals his season prior best.
I think one of the big things is, I don't think Cairo is being allowed to play the way that they usually like to play, which is getting it out wide.
The Catalunya press has definitely been impressive tonight. I don't think Cairo has seen much of the opposition half.
I don't think that they've seen much of the ball in general.
Well, they get a good takeaway here.
But there's not much on that, as Catalunya takes it right back. And Cairo trying for a quick counterattack, gets it immediately turned around as McPossum's shot goes wide. Because you see that, Catalunya didn't really have to do much to open them right back up.
That was the central midfielder McPawson making the deep run.
Clark tries to take a shot from outside the box, but that's going to be blocked immediately.
Yeah, Cairo has no shots on the evening so far. Catalunya controlling the play at 60% possession. Though that could change.
It is still only the first half. Jeeves puts in a cross. Koivu's there. That's going to be saved by Gunnarsson. Usually they like to play those low crosses, so it's surprising to see that one go high.
Perhaps relying on Franco Torres' height.
Possum. Yeah, it's going to be blocked. Well played through, and Catalunya has been dominating at this point.
Though Cairo looking good in the opposition half with the opportunities they've had.
Treatise is at the byline, passes it back to Pumpernickel. Calvatore with a long shot from outside the box, and they have got one back.
What a beautiful goal. Exactly what Cairo needed to do there, making the most of their chances. That is Calvatore's first goal in 2 seasons. Played 16 games for Catalunya last year.
He's turning the replays off. They've turned the replays off.
And suddenly our replay camera no longer works. Unfortunate.
It's gone.
Budgeting. The SSL budget has failed us. I am sorry, my friend.
We had replay footage, but unfortunately we've thrown it into an accidental volcano.
I'd like to say that last goal hit the replay camera on the way in, and we no longer have a camera to work with. I'm sorry. Cameras are expensive.
We were keeping all the camera data there.
Well, we will be sending FC Cairo for the bill for that drone.
As that header from Koivu goes over the bar. We've also knocked down the amount of highlights in the game, so... Oh boy, we're about to speed through the second half. Juliusson finally gets there!
He does get his goal this game after being cruelly denied on an offside play last. Let's see if they call it off this time. Shouldn't. Looks like it's gonna stick.
Just drops for him with no one in front of him. Not even the keeper is nearby.
Absolutely blasted
Sinclair with the takeaway. Tries for a chip. And that goes over the bar.
An ambitious opportunity for Catalunya.
And it looks like Koivu's getting a yellow card for no reason. No, just a warning. Okay.
He's been given a stern talking to.
And Juliusson with another, finally getting their header.
What a game it's been for him. Had it not been for a fraction of a second too early, that would have been his hat trick.
And this has got to be it at this point. 83rd minute, Catalunya is up 4-1. As the Olays start in their natural habitat, Järvinen cutting into the box, going to stay out wide, looking to find a cross here, and does. Well, not exactly a cross. There's the cross. And there's the clearance. There was a shot in there somewhere, but I believe it was blocked.
As the time expires here, we have a win by Catalunya, 4-1 to Cairo City. Carried on the back of the performance of Joko Juliusson. That's user MN Musi.
And that's something that's with Cairo that is really worrying for them, that they were not able to get their attack really started. Their 2 goals weren't exactly goals that you would expect from them. You would expect more low crosses to Torres. I mean, Torres' height doesn't matter. It's always going to his feet. And that's where they were always scoring in their crosses to him. So it's very concerning for Cairo to see their attack fail like that.
On the same token, it is nice to see Catalunya off to a strong start there. I'm sure Omni will be very pleased with how his team performed.
And now it's Tokyo against Athênai. Athênai had a decent season last year, but I want to talk about Tokyo, who is the most confusing team in the entire league. They are the meme team, and they win when they're not supposed to, and that's their big thing.
Well, this would be a nice win for them to pull out, being the league runners up, as well as the winner of the SSL Shield last week, beating soundly, I might mention, Hollywood FC.
And they're turning things off. Isagi puts in a cross from a free kick for Siege, and Siege gets it.
Are we going to see this goal stand, or will there be an offside call?
The flag is down.
And it stands! Tokyo with the lead. Indeed, perhaps we will get an unlikely win out of them today.
I do want to mention Rise, I believe. Wasn't Rise on Rio last season?
I believe Rise was on Rio last season, played as their central striker for about 15 games. I think it was a trade that brought him over after Tokyo lost user Van to the expansion draft.
So it's interesting to see him up there as a target forward, because I remember how we were using him in Rio was to try to make him a target forward, and it just never worked out because of trying to balance between him and Mayo. And I think this is much better for both teams, as both of these teams have their target strikers.
Fortunately, it doesn't seem like he's been able to get too much service tonight.
Yeah, it seems like in terms of play style, Tokyo might have honestly been better off getting Mayo instead of Rise. As a pass sends Dubois through, Sebastien Dubois scores the first goal of the season for Athênai.
And the flag is down. I thought for a moment that might have been offside.
As Athênai plays out of the back now, they've got a lot of space for them. Dubois doesn't have as much space out there on the wing.
Interestingly enough, I think that was Dubois' first league goal.
Well, he takes another shot, and that one's saved, even though it was going wide.
User JR95, indeed. S3 rookie. First goal in the league for him. Well done, JR.
Labovich pulls forward on the recycle. Gintonic's going to put this one in. That's cleared away. Rainman's going to look for a cross of his own. That's pushed away, sent away by Thesovitz. They're going to find more space here on the left side now. Joker.
In a bunch of space.
That's pulled in by Brunstead. As Nudazuki is retired now, the legend Nudazuki. That's going to be 1-1 at halftime. It's pretty close here, although Tokyo does have a bit better on possession there.
Tokyo making the best out of their one shot on net and putting that into the back of the net.
Athênai starts this second half there. They've cleared out their own end, and they don't have any options. There it is. Joker here on the attack now. But they don't have options. Again. Gin Tonic, this is where he likes to shoot. And gets it. Zinedine's Gin Tonic with a goal from outside the box to start off the half.
Had 3 of those last season.
Now, Dubois returned the favor there with an assist on Gin Tonic's goal. Now Tokyo working around their end, trying to get around Athênai now. No, they tried to go straight through and gave up the ball. Lavovitz sends over the top for Dubois, and Dubois gets another goal, but is the flag up? The flag stay down.
Should they stand? That be Dubois' second goal of the season, second goal of the match as well.
And second goal of his career.
Off to a banger.
And looks like that's going to do it now as Athênai wins 3-1 over Tokyo.
Yeah, a deserved win for Athênai here. Despite being outpossessed, they make more than enough of their chances, dominating the shots, and walk away with a clean 3-1 win.
And I believe that means that our last match can only be Montreal against Sydney City. Sydney, another first game of all time for them. Well, another new team. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Sydney, one of the expansion teams to come into this league, an S3, and playing up against the Montreal Canadian Giants over there at the United team.
The big thing that Montreal liked to do is they liked pulling teams all the way forward and then getting in behind them. So we're going to see how the Joeys deal with that one. As he sends it forward there. Biscuit already.
Fantastic block by Freddie there.
Already in the first minute. Really aggressive from Montreal. Biscuit again, but this one goes over this time.
Don't think I blame Montreal's offensive plan of attack here. On paper, they are the better team. But we'll see if Sydney can pull off opening day heroic.
Hulkavoto sends it in. 44, saved by Rage. There's still a scrum in front of the box, and it's Malachi Black. With his third team, gets a goal. I think that may be the first goal of his career.
And very well might be. He played 17 games for Hollywood in the central midfield last season and did not score one.
Shaka sends it in. Possible. And just barely pushed off the line. I think that was Krustis.
Ball still in play.
They're going to try it for a counterattack, but Black stops that and likely gets a yellow. Yep, there it is. There's a lot of scrambling in front of these teams' boxes as there's another one for Montreal looking to get something. But I think that this quick pace is definitely going to be a whole lot more difficult for Montreal, who wants to pull them. And instead, they're the ones getting pushed.
Montreal controlling their possession well, getting shots but just not finding the ability to put them on the net.
Not really finding their opportunities to push forward. Volkovoto sends it out wide to Shaka. Havoc. And there's Malachi Black again.
Black playing really well to start the season. That's second goal of the year for them.
Finding a space for himself in front of, that's the 8-yard box, I think? Yeah.
I would love to see what role that he is on. He is crashing every single time.
Dangerous free kick from Montreal. Well, not that dangerous.
As we head into halftime here, I have to say, Montreal has to be disappointed. 2-0 down against newcomer Sydney.
Well, the half isn't quite over yet. Jagger sends it forward to Druid. Druid puts in a low cross for Biscuit, and that's saved by Problem.
There might well be a second chance here.
And there's nothing much going there, but they will try to put this in again, as there's still more added time in the half. Nope, it's halftime now.
Sydney being outpossessed 57-43, though Sydney do hold the bulk of the chances on net.
And Sydney is going to kick this one off here. And they're giving them a ton of space, and that's the issue. There's a lot of space in between that midfield and the defense. 44 here with a shot. That's easily saved by Rage.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of time being allowed to the Sydney players on the ball.
As you see, that's going to be like that numbers issue there with possible Havoc and 44 all going out on just 2 center backs there. Papastopoulos looking to try to start something. Ansa is free. And that's a goal. Kofi Ansa. As Montreal Ansa's back. And is there going to be another quick counterattack?
Very might well be. Ball goes out wide. That would be Ansa's second goal of his career, I believe. Equals last season's best.
Christus on the ball, tries to send it forward for Druid, and that's going to get cut out by G Fuel. Wasn't really going to anybody. As Sydney tries their own counterattack here, possible on the wing. Knows a thing or two about counterattacks. Black with a third goal. It's a hat trick. He goes from his first career goal to an entire hat trick. And his first game for the Joeys.
What a night to remember for Malachi Black. And the assist from our favorite singular tub of Phase flavored G Fuel.
Looking for another goal, but Rage is going to collect that. That's the big thing right now. Montreal's defense just looks overwhelmed at the moment.
Not able to deal with Sydney's quick from the back style.
It's not even exactly from the back. It's just they don't really look like they have support there. They got a Segundo Volante. Wait, no, that's Sydney's. I'd need to look at Montreal's formation there, but it doesn't look like they have any support for their center backs. as the clock is winding down.
Looks like we might get our first upset of the season as Sydney takes the win 3-1 over Montreal.
Yep, Montreal cannot get back from that as Sydney wins 3-1 over Montreal.
Montreal playing at home today. Disappointing way to open their season, but enjoyable way for Sydney to open their legacy within the SSL.
Yeah, and as we see, I mean, it's very, very early, but Catalunya dominated Cairo in that game, so they're on top right now. Then you've got Athênai, who only had the 2 extra goals there, Sydney, as mentioned, and Inter, who all 4 of those teams won their first games, and it's very surprising that Hollywood is not up top near there.
Yeah, no, I would have thought Hollywood to win today. Buenos Aires taking the 1-1 draw. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. I projected them getting blown out.
And everyone applauds for TVC's first time commentating.
Thank you. I'll be back Mondays and sorry, on streams. I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Great. Thank you all for listening. I'm Jiggly.
And I'm TVC.